No one's misconstruing that. Your teammates aren't. You're not being taken out of context. You're making excuses because you ran off at the mouth and just proved everybody right. You're not a loyal teammate. Her and Flau'jae Johnson, the rapper, basketball player at LSU, they don't get along. This is Angel Reese's history. No one gets along with Angel Reese for long. She has a 2-year expiration date. She's like fish. It goes bad after a couple of days. She's like house guests. They go bad after a couple of days. 2 years, Angel Reese starts stinking up the joint with her toxic mentality.
Jason Whitlock goes off on Angel Reese for being the worst teammate in sports. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
As the WNBA turns, featuring Angel Reese, my favorite person to talk about other than Caitlin Clark. Let's start with, can we pull up the quotes that she gave to the Chicago Tribune that started all this mess? I've been telling you all that Angel Reese wants out of Chicago. She's a front runner. She's going to, I said this very early in this season, she's going to be looking to exit the Chicago Sky. The going has gotten tough. And when the going gets tough, Angel Reese gets going, just ask Maryland. But let me just start with some of her quotes that have ignited the internet and got a lot of people talking about what her intentions are. She told the Chicago Tribune, "I'm not settling for the same SHIT we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year. I am very vocal about what we need and what I want. I'd like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously, I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. But while I'm here, I'm going to try to stay open-minded about what I have here and maximize that as much as I can."
Yeah, BS comments by Angel Reese. No surprises there. Sounds very ungrateful. This guy's been putting up with Angel Reese, her terrible play. She can't even dribble the ball up the court without turning it over. Only gets rebounds. Not good offensively. I don't care about the streak that she went on. It didn't help the team. The team is barely able to win, and she's supposed to be that draft pick that saves the franchise, and she's nowhere to really be found when it counts the most. Angel, she's pretty much a stat patter, and now she's going off on the team because of her deficiencies and not being able to play on the elite level. Now, if Angel Reese wants to go, I think the Chicago Sky should either trade her. She's not a factor on this team, and if she wants to go ahead and play with more talent, go ahead and play with Caitlin Clark. Apologize to Caitlin Clark. The woman that saved the WNBA, the person that you've been dissing, that's the person you really need to play with and change the narrative about who you are as a person and your career. So if Angel Reese wants to go, I think the Chicago Sky should work on a trade. I think she's still in the contract, has about, a year or two left. Get her out of there. She doesn't need to be on the Chicago Sky. She's very ungrateful, and she's only there to post pictures on social media.
That's Angel Reese, thinking she's LeBron James, thinking that she's, Kevin Durant, thinking she's James Harden, thinking that, after 2 seasons in the WNBA, she's some sort of commodity that has to be surrounded by the best and greatest players. That's Angel Reese and her delusion that we should not be surprised by because the way she's talked about, the way she's discussed, the way that Ryan Clark and all these other people cape up for Angel Reese and pretend like she's the greatest thing since sliced bread, she's leaned into her delusion. She wants everybody out of here. Do we have the quote where she talked about the Vandersloot? They had traded this year for a point guard.
Yeah, delusion's a better word. That's what Angel Reese is going through. She knows she has the media help. Ryan Clark, Shaquille O'Neal, ESPN. She's pretty much there. She's a victim live and in the flesh. She knows that she's always going to have that support from people in media, and she can go off like this, being entitled, being delusional. That's all it is. But instead of crying about wanting better players and you potentially exploring that as an option, leaving the team, again, I say lead the team or get better, play better, get a better offensive game, stop getting rebounds off your own misses, stop stat padding, really make a difference. If your stats aren't making a difference with the team, they're empty calories. Step your game up and stop complaining about what the Chicago Sky aren't doing. What are you doing in the gym during the offseason? Get better with your game before you criticize the franchise.
I think it won 2 titles, had been an all-star. I don't need it. I don't need the quote, but the woman's name is, I think, Courtney Vandersloot. She got injured very early in the season. She's like 35, 36, and Angel Reese basically said, hey, look, we can't count on her next year. At her age, coming off that injury, we need someone younger who's ready to win right now, something like that. She just drove a bus over this Vandersloot. Well, people in Chicago, her teammates, read the quotes, saw the newspaper article, and were very upset. And they had a meeting yesterday where Angel Reese had to apologize and start backpedaling. And then I think this is from Front Office Sports reporting about Angel Reese and the reaction and the fallout in Chicago.
Yeah, it was good that the team are holding her accountable. Don't trash the team when you're playing like trash, when you're a trash player that's only worried about your social media followers, your podcast, and posting up pictures with you barely having clothes on. That's her main intent. That's her narrative in the league. Like, all right, how many social media followers can I grow before the WNBA gets tired of me? Then I fully get exposed by not being a WNBA ready player that only stat pads. Again, that's her main objective. Get social media followers, get into the media space, get a job at ESPN and boost up her podcast. And then she's good. She can do 4 or 5 years in the league and be out of there because her talent isn't going to warrant her being in the league for many years. After this contract, I don't see Angel Reese playing in the WNBA too much longer, especially if she's delusional, ungrateful, and complaining about the team. Shout out to the Sky for holding her accountable.
Angel Reese's motor, rebounding, and defense have been heralded by executives and coaches across the league. But multiple league sources told Front Office Sports their view is that some franchises will weigh her skills on the court against her conduct off of it. Fascinating. They're talking about her conduct off it. What are they talking about? They're talking about a woman that disappeared for 3 weeks with a mysterious back injury. Remember when I was talking like Angel Reese, this absence doesn't make sense, this whole back deal, and she can't play for 3 weeks. They're telling you, they're giving you an indication of like, hey man, it doesn't add up to us either. It doesn't add up to the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese is throwing a tantrum and disappeared on the Chicago Sky or took a mental health break or pretended a back injury. And I'm just telling you, go look at the history of Angel Reese.
Yeah, I forgot about that mysterious back injury or injury that she had, or mental health break. I don't know what it was, but before she tries to throw rocks and hide her hands, you got to look into that mirror too. What dirt do I have on my name that's going to be potentially exposed? So they need to look into why she mysteriously disappeared for 3 weeks. So before she criticizes the franchise, she got to criticize herself. Shout out to Jason Whitlock for standing on business and exposing Angel Reese.
I'm going to play for my home state team in Maryland. I'm going to do it for Maryland, y'all. Going got tough. Angel got going. I'm going to transfer to LSU and play for Kim Mulkey and a super team and snatch me a ring and troll Caitlin Clark. What happened the next year after winning that championship? Angel Reese, the start of that season in Kim Mulkey's doghouse, suspended or something went on at the beginning of that season. They don't repeat as national champions. This is Angel Reese. She is a headache.
Yeah, it's definitely some character flaws with Angel Reese. Looks like she quits when the going gets tough, transfers schools, gets missing for a few weeks, calls out her teammates, but not calling out herself for being a trash player. Angel Reese, man, step your game up. You're being exposed out there. This is the beginning stages of Angel Reese really being put out there in a negative light, and I guarantee she's going to cry victim when things get tough.
And I know factually No one enjoys playing with her. This other part of the Chicago Tribune article, not a direct quote from Angel Reese, but an insinuation that Angel Reese is like, hey man, this Rachel Bannum and Haley Van Leith, they're garbage and need to be up out of here. Not a direct quote, but that's basically what she inferred to the writer, like they're not good enough, they gotta go. If you remember, Haley Van Leith in college was at LSU with Angel Reese, had a mental breakdown and transferred to TCU, playing alongside Angel Reese. None of this is a secret. Angel Reese is a nightmare to play with and play for, but Angel Reese has a destination in mind. Angel Reese wants out of Chicago and wants to go play for the Dallas Wings. She wants to go play with Paige Beckers, who's going to be the Rookie of the Year, and Dallas will be in position. They got like a 40-50% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick, and they can pick up Paige Reese's bottom chick, her girlfriend, former teammate, Azzi Fudd, who everybody believes is a big-time transformational player. That's where, and it sounds like Angel Reese wants to go to the worst team in the WNBA. Yes, she does. She wants to go there because she thinks with her and Paige Becker and Azzi Fudd, they can build a young super team. She can do what Caitlin Clark did at the Indiana Fever. Lift up a bottom feeder into a championship caliber team.
Yeah, that'd be a good strategic move by Angel Reese. Let me go to the Dallas Wing. You got Paige there. They got a number 1 pick or a top pick in the league. They can make some moves and build up that franchise. So, again, good chess move for Angel Reese if she decides to do it. But if she's just going to be a stat patter, she's not going to have the same effect that Caitlin Clark had on the Fever. I don't think the Dallas Wing could do anything with Angel Reese. They're going to need more talent. Angel ain't good enough.
Play you a clip from, let's play shot number 10. This is Azzi Fudd, not Fuzz, I hope you guys, Fudd, and Paige Beckers talking about Angel Reese. Play the clip.
Angel Reese talk about her game. In AAU, we played against her. Even back then, like, she was a rebounding machine, like always crashing the board. She's always been tall and long. It's been really cool, and also from the DMV, like to see her progress her game and play and kind of have the role that she has now with women's basketball.
But she's just ultra competitive. You can tell, like, when you're her teammate, she just instills this confidence within you and like makes you believe in yourself even more than you already do. But she's definitely like the type of player that you would love to have on your team.
Glazing.
Paige Becker, Azzi Fudd, Angel Reese, they're all talking amongst themselves. She wants to go to Dallas. I want to play you this other clip from Angel Reese yesterday.
Yeah, definitely glazing Angel Reese. Definitely a leverage play for her to go to the Dallas Wing. And again, I get it. That's what a lot of players do in their leagues. A lot of behind-the-scenes talks. But if the Dallas Wing think that Angel Reese is going to be enough for them to get to the next level, I don't see it happening.
After getting called out by her teammates and having to apologize to her teammates, of course, Angel Reese blamed the media and fans, probably Caitlin Clark fans, for taking her comments out of context. Let's play shot number 9.
Are you frustrated with the organization or frustrated in general?
I don't think I'm frustrated. I probably am frustrated myself right now. I think the language is taken out of context, and I really didn't intentionally mean to put down my teammates because they've been through this with me throughout the whole year. They've busted their ass just how I busted my ass. They showed up for me through thick and thin and in the locker room when nobody could see anything. So I would apologize to my teammates, which I already have, about the article and how it was misconstrued, about what was said. And I just have to be better with my language because I know it's not the message, it's the messenger, and understanding what I say can be taken any kind of way. So I just have to really be better and grow from this.
There go her playing victim again. You can hear her tone of voice like she want to break down and cry. So she just really putting it out there. I'm sure Ryan Clark will wear his Superman cape and save her. Shaq will threaten to punch people if they talk about Caitlin Clark. So Jason Whitlock, be careful. They're going to come after you, bruh. Make sure you got your security because they're going to be in their feelings protecting their queen Angel Reese.
It's not the message, it's the messenger. No, I think the problem was the message and the messenger. That's what the problem was. No one misconstrued what you said. You said, I'm not putting up with this SHIT next year. No one's misconstruing that. You just called what you did this year SHIT and said, I'm willing and wanting to play with the best players. So that's you saying, I'm not playing with the best players right now. The article also went on to say that you said to the writer, that there's only 2 untouchable players on the team, you and Carmela Cardosa, and everybody else can skedaddle. This isn't being taken out of context. This is you trashing people. This is you talking about Vandersloot. Reese questioned how Vandersloot will return to form at the age she's at after she tore her ACL 7 games into the season. Reese went on to say, we need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. No one's misconstruing that. Your teammates aren't. You're not being taken out of context. You're making excuses because you ran off at the mouth and just proved everybody right. You're not a loyal teammate. There's a reason why. You guys help me out here. Am I correct? Her and Flau'jae Johnson, the rapper, basketball player at LSU, they don't get along. This is Angel Reese's history. No one gets along with Angel Reese for long. She has a 2-year expiration date. She's like fish. It goes bad after a couple of days. She's like house guests. They go bad after a couple of days. 2 years, Angel Reese starts stinking up the joint with her toxic mentality. Period. End of story.
Yeah, it was obvious. It was the message and not the messenger. She called out her teammates. They went off on her. Now she's playing victim in these interviews. So, again, you can tell this is the lane she's playing. Professional victim. When the going gets tough, she'll fold and blame the messengers when she's putting out these messages. And we're just putting it out there. We're decoding it based off, what she's saying. So either way, Angel Reese, she's the worst teammate in sports. In the Chicago Sky, they need to trade her ASAP.